Hey everybody, Stock Catcher here. It's the weekend. Hope everybody's relaxing. Taking time to decompress, right? Because trading can get stressful at times. This week, was life changing for a lot of people on Sprb. That stock I mentioned it right near the beginning, 1350 level, that ended up exploding to almost $400. That was a 2,700% gain. A lot of people probably made serious amounts of money, and there was a lot more trade ideas that ended up just ripping face, such as this was just from yesterday, right? QNRX. This was a 400% gapper. Mentioned it right near $9 when the news came out. I told everybody, and then I saw many people actually just banking like crazy. GWH, this one provided opportunity all day yesterday. This was a 202% gapper. ONMD was nice breakouts. CRML, this one was a nice trend riding. GORV, this was great pre-market. Y, and this was a nice pop. AGRZ was in my YouTube video. Ended up just breaking out. UVIX, this was when SPY went down. This went up a lot. I mentioned it in the lunchtime. PWM, great play, pre-market. NUAI, this was another play that ended up bouncing. LFS, this provided many opportunity. SLE, this was a great pre-market play. PTGX, this one was more of a more expensive stock, but ended up making a very nice move. NVX was a great trend. SCWO, nice penny pop. STI, again, penny pop. YHGJ, this was Chinese play. It went up several dollars. AMBO, another Chinese play. JFU, another Chinese play. These were great opportunity. And then swing trading, actually, there was some nice opportunity. Pops as well as Zena. I made a video on it. NVTS, BBAI, LIDR, and BitF. Nice wins, guys. So, as you see here, a lot of people are just banking. And this was just from one day as usual. Every day I get a lot of messages from people. And first up for the video that was interesting to me, right? PPSI, Pioneer Power Solution. So lately, you've been noticing the past couple weeks, right? This is when tropical storms are happening a lot. I've even read people in my community saying that there's issues, right, in terms of natural disasters or weather problems. So PPSI, this stock during these time periods, they usually make a good move upwards, as you can see on the daily chart as well. PPSI, I'm going to be looking at this stock for potential multi-day setup. And there's also fundamental factors for it as well, right? As you see here, grid damage and power outages. And usually times what ends up happening is people lose power, right? So keep an eye on this one, guys. Next one, Fubo. Fubo, again, a lot of people have been mentioning this stock to me, talking about merger angle. So Disney will combine its Hulu and live TV business with Fubo. Disney would own 70% of the combined company. So I'm talking about Fubo stock. If you look at the left, it's entering into that support level. Fubo, if you're holding this stock, you have to pay attention also to the fact that this deal includes $220 million in payment from Disney to Fubo and $145 million loan commitment from Disney. So I'm talking about Fubo stock. I did make a video on this stock, I believe twice, and then after my video, it made a nice rally. This was, I believe, a month ago. You could check the daily chart and you could check my video. I made a video, I believe, 350 area, and then it ran all the way to almost $5, and now it's entering again that same area. You could look at the daily chart, is entering closer to 350, the psychological support, as well as the lower Bollinger. All right, so I'm going to be watching the stock if it holds the key levels. Next one is AST. AST is another stock that I made a video on in the past. This was in the springtime. And then I talked about AST on Stock Tweets at $1. I believe it ended up ripping crazy. This ran 1,000%, I believe. And then it ended up pulling back, and then it formed a multi-day type of consolidation. And then I made more videos on it talking about the angle with the Bitcoin. And then it ended up just popping like crazy. This ran to almost $20 after my video. And then now if you look at ST, it made a huge drop. It went from almost $20 to $1 pretty much. In terms of mathematical calculation, that's almost a 95% drop. which would definitely consider a strategy. That's one of my top 10 trading strategies, which would be cap bounce setup. So cap bounce is when basically, in my experience, when a stock drops 85 to 95% or more, there's almost always a bounce, right? This is just technically speaking. It could be a Chinese stock with no fundamental, no reason, but there could definitely, just in terms of technicals, I hope people understand what I'm saying. So AST is trading right now. Like I said, it went to almost $1. It's right now, and after hours is 102, and then if this stock drops under $1, it probably will stop some people out because that's psychological support, right? And considering the fact it's also below the 200 on the daily. So for ST, I do want to see $1 hold. This could definitely be an opportunity for traders, right? Because again, the stock was almost at $20 just not long ago. This was a month ago, right? Yeah, a month ago this was trading at almost $20, and now it's $1. Considering the fact that this stock also has a huge crypto angle, right? And crypto, I don't think Bitcoin's not gonna die anytime soon, in my opinion. So the next one, CRML, Critical Metals Corp. This one I talked about many times on StockTwits Twitter, as well as I believe I made a video on it. I'm not sure though, but I did definitely talk about this a lot. And if you go to the daily chart on CRML, it's just making a beautiful move up on the extended time frame. Look at this stock. It made a kind of a pullback, and then now it's making a really nice uptrend. For CRML, if you've been noticing lately, right, what's been hot this past couple of months? Metals, right? These stocks are getting huge moves to the upside. So the $35 million pipe means that CRML has capital to go forward with it, what one wants to do, right? For example, drilling, studies permitting. CRML is a mining exploration development company focused on lithium and rare earth element. So CRML, I believe also psychologically speaking, shorts are also kind of trapped in my opinion, because look at this stock. This goes from $16.68 to $9 in a flash. How many people you think short got bearish during the time the stock was $16.68? I'm guarantee you that there were definitely big shorts, people with a lot of capital that were bearish on it during this time period. And then look at it right now. This was, like I said, $9, right? $9.20, and this right now it's at 16, around almost to 19.25. So I'm gonna be watching CRML going for the coming sessions, right? So next one, Buru. Buru I talked about several times this week and ended up making great moves after I mentioned Buru, and then right now it made a pretty nice pullback. It went to 85 cents, and then right now it's just chilling at the support level. It's right near the support level. So I'm gonna be watching this stock going for this coming week. This could again be another opportunity, right? Because Buru is has defense sector angle. And again, if you've been noticing lately, what's been really hot, the defense drone sectors has been just popping off the past couple of weeks. Buru stock, I definitely do want to see that 50-cent hold, but I will be monitoring it. Next one, Serve Robotic. This one I made, again, videos on, and then after my video, it made a great rally. So this stock, fundamentally speaking, Serve Robotic has strategic partnership, not just Uber Eats, but DoorDash. And this is in major cities, guys. When you're talking about Serve stock, this company aims to grow its fleet to nearly 2,000 robots by the end of 2025. That's a lot, considering it's up from 1,000 currently operating. So this is in 5 US cities, and they're planning to double it by the end of 2025. So Serve stock, I'll be looking for dips on this stock, because again, I don't think that this is gonna go away anytime soon. Serve Robotic, I mean, in terms of robotics, right? So next one, YYAI. This one I mentioned around $2, ended up just ripping face to 350. And then there was a massive sell-off. There was a really big sell-off. Hope people didn't get caught in that. But the stock ended up dropping, I believe, 95%. And then again, if you remember what I said earlier about the ST, when a stock drops 95%, not 100% of the time, but 90% of the time in my experience, or 95% of the time, there's always opportunity for a bounce, right? So YYAI, $500 million joint venture with Jucoin Capital to launch a new cryptocurrency exchange. And approximately more than half of YYAI share are held by insiders. And that's usually, in my experience, a very high level of confidence from company executives. So if you look at YYAI, the price action on it, it has definitely been in a range, like a type of choppy. It's been very choppy, right? But again, just like Buru, this stock made a big move up, and then now it's right at support. It's the same like Buru. So when you're talking about penny stocks, stocks under $1, oftentimes this happens, I notice quite frequently, where traders will keep buying the dip. For example, when a stock drops a lot and then it kind of consolidate, there's going to be another bounce. Again, nothing's 100% sure, but I'll be watching this stock if it holds over 15 cents. Under 15 cents, that would be bad in my opinion, right? That would not be good. But currently it's at 18 cents, around there, 18. So that's kind of a couple cents away. So under 15 cents, that would not be good for the stock, in my opinion, right? Considering once the stock gets really, really cheap, it's also raises the risk level, right? Because oftentimes these pennies end up delisting or reverse splitting, or you know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to be watching over 15 cents for potential opportunity. So next stock, Plug. I made many videos on as well. If you check my past videos, after my videos end up just ripping face. Plug Power is, again, in a really bullish sector like Sprb. I don't think this is going to go away anytime soon. Just because the market falls a lot, these companies, and not just talking about Plug, but any stock, or even large cap, we're talking about Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, they're not going to go away, right, within a day. They're still going to be, people are still going to be buying the dip, right? Again, unless S&P falls more than, in my opinion, 25%, 30%, then that's really just opportunity for bulls to capitalize, not just on small caps or large caps, but even index fund, right? So again, unless SPY falls like over 25%, 30%, that would be extreme panic, in my opinion. By then, yes, we could talk about the bad side. Hope people understand what I'm saying, right? So I'll be looking for dips on potential setups on these stocks going forward in the coming weeks, especially because we're entering into that time period like Santa rally, where these stocks end up just rallying. Next stock, RZLV. RZLV, I made many videos on again, and then ended up going vertical after my video. This stock has connection to Microsoft and Google Cloud. And RZLV, again, same situation as Plug, same situation as Open Door. It made a big move up and then it's pulling back, right? So I'm going to be watching for potential dip opportunity as long as it holds over those key levels, right? So RZLV, another popular stock like Sprb, BBI, Open Door, Plug. Next stock, VZLA. This is a silver play. And as the market is acting this way, right? I think silver, gold plays are going to be nice. And you have to keep an eye on this one because this company is well funded. Over $100 million in cash, no debt. And on top of that, this stock, if you look at the daily chart, it's just been in a really nice trend. I'm going to be watching silver plays, gold plays, and going forward, right? So there's only like two stock left. So NAM. This one I just talked about the previous stock, right? I talked about gold as well as minerals. So NAM is a mining company focused on gold and green mineral in Africa, especially Zimbabwe. So NAM, I'm talking about this stock, actually I believe it's very low float. Let me just double check. NAM stock, I remember it's made a really big parabolic move. Yeah, it's 2 million float. Around their 2.5 million float. This company, I'm going to be keeping an eye on this stock. It made a really big drop for a potential opportunity. Last stock for the video, guys, AMC. This stock, Very, very popular stock. A lot of people love this one. And AMC actually has been working to address debt maturities, negotiate with creditor, and restructure obligations. So I'm talking about AMC stock. I've been seeing positive money flow. And usually when AMC, once that happening with this stock, I've been monitoring this for many years where every time AMC goes up a little bit, it just kind of fizzles out like soda, right? It just makes a big pop. It looks kind of like it's brewing, bubbling, and then it just fizzles out. So I'm going to be watching this stock. If you look at the daily chart, over $3 level, $3 candle close. It was just trying to make a move up yesterday, actually. If you look at AMC's chart, it was just trying, but then it just couldn't close over, like over 3. So I'm bunny watching this one, especially because, you know, when SPY, the market is really red and volatile based on the past history. I remember that these meme type of stocks and even China stock, they rally. So remember that, guys. If the SPY is kind of bearish, keep an eye on meme stocks, keep an eye on China stocks, and also keep an eye on these plays such as UVIX. I mentioned UVIX yesterday, right? And then it ended up making a really big move. Also watch UVXI, watch VIX, SQQQ, SPXU. There's a lot of opportunity, not just in the upside, but when the SPY goes down, there's also opportunity, right? If you could also do put, you could short. You know, it's not just, as traders, we're not just, can't be 100% bullish all the time. Like I said, every video, bears gotta eat too. And if you're just 100% perma bull, you could get, you know, in a sticky situation. And I'm gonna be watching how the market is next week as well. And let's just trade price action, guys. I'm gonna be in the live stream. Hope everybody has a great, relaxing weekend. Last week's 2,700% ripper. I think this week is gonna be another big winner, guys. All right, Stock Hedger signing out, guys. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Monday. Good night, everybody.